have a question for you on today's edition of The Bond, the show that connects you with nature. Is fishing a solo sport, or is it something that you do as a group activity? And if it's a solo sport, how do you connect with a group? Now, have you known that fishing is actually sometimes called angling? So what is the angle of fishing? Well, it just means that you're fishing with a rod and a reel to pull in that fish. There is a line that's going to be attached to the rod, and the fisher holds on to that rod and he reels the fish in. So if it's caught, you'll have the fish on a hook, and the hook is where you put the bait to attract a fish. So the art of angling is essentially the art of persuasion if you're luring a fish to come in. So it's encouraging the fish to come to you, just like we want to encourage other things to come to us. So the angle can be done from a boat, it can be done from a dock, it can be done from a lakeshore, it can even be done from the middle of the ocean. So there's a lot of different techniques to fishing. There's a lot of different equipment that's used in fishing. So when you have a different type of fish that you want to catch, a savvy fisherman knows exactly what type of rod and reel and hook and lure he or she needs in order to be patient, present, and also responsive at the right time. And aren't those all skillful characteristics that we need in ourselves for every day? We want to be patient, we want to be observant, we want to be responsive at the right time. So if you find yourself stuck in the city and you want to learn this new art of persuasion, then maybe what you should do is check out a local fishing club near you. Encourage the fish to come to you. Learn the art of angling, and it's okay if you're a beginner because you have to start from somewhere. You want a new tool. You want to see what resonates with you. And based off of that, we want to go ahead and understand that you got to try a lot of things before you find what works for you. So joining a fishing club isn't just about casting lines into the water and then reeling out a fish and having lunch or dinner. It's more about forging a meaningful bond with nature so that you and the people that you love can share on the lessons that fishing can teach us all. It's more about a wholesome activity that you can do with yourself if you need to be alone, but also with the community. Because when you fish, you're actually bringing in food, not just for yourself, but for other people around you. So I went ahead and I took a peek at the Marina Del Rey Angling Fishing Club, and they have a Facebook page, and on their Facebook page they state that we're in this all together. We want to create a welcoming environment. They say that they want everyone to have a healthy attitude, understand, and respect each other, as well as the sport and the ecology around that allows you to take part of this sport. They love the ocean. They love all of the water environments, and they love all of the inhabitants of the ocean because they know that if they help the fish, that means there's going to be an abundance of fish, and that means there's going to be an abundance of fishing opportunities. So being a steward of the natural world actually helps us learn to share. So they want you to support that goal. Fishing has been a part of California's cultural heritage, providing sustenance and recreation and a real profound connection to that natural world. From the indigenous people who first inhabited these lands, all the way to modern day anglers who cast their lines into our bountiful waters, fishing has played a central part in California's identity, as well as cuisine. There's a lot of different types of clubs. Investigate the one that works best for you, but today what we're going to take a look at is the Marina Del Rey Anglers. They're committed to ecological stewardship, community support, and engagement. They want to deal with clubs that serve as a catalyst for positive change, and of course, supporting sustainable fishing practices. They want to be a club that means that they will preserve the habitats and the shorelines that bring joy to so many different people. They want to contribute to that environment, and they want to attract like-minded people. So if you want to make some new friends, you might want to check something like this out and be in a community that's inclusive, patient, skillful, and can welcome you in a new fun pastime. Since 1995, Marina Del Rey anglers have had a role in preserving, let's just take an example of the white sea bass. The population along the Southern California coast was actually getting a little thin, and so they created this grow out sort of program. They received about 5,000 juvenile fish, which would be delivered annually, and each fish was very small. It measured about maybe 3 inches in length. These young fish had very stressful environmental factors, which was actually decreasing their population, and they faced threats from predators, the wild, and all the everyday things that happen out, which increased their low chance of survival. I should probably say that another way. It decreased their chance of survival. So they wanted to dedicate some of the resources of the club to volunteer their time and to basically nurture these fish to help them grow until they reached about they went from 3 inches in length to about 12 inches in length. And so this volunteer program enabled people to be very proactive in helping the fish get strong and healthy. And this dedication really paid off. It enhanced the likelihood of survival for the white sea bass, sure, but it also was something where they could release on a regular basis into the natural habitat. So what that means is that the fishermen now had more fish to fish. So the white sea bass population has basically rebounded from near collapse to today, where they're plentiful and thriving, thanks to the volunteer efforts of this fishing club. So do you see how you joining it, becoming part of one of these programs, can actually make life better for everyone and also make a tasty dinner? The successful program was made possible by something called the Ocean Resource Enhancement and Hatchery Program, and that's a collaborative effort between the California State Resources as well as the scientific community. So through this partnership and organizations like, of course, the California Department of Fish and Wildlife, the Hub SeaWorld Research Center, and the United Anglers of Southern California, to date, they have released about 100,000 fish just in the Santa Monica Bay. So wouldn't you want to be part of something like that? It's a program that not only helps to improve sea life, but imagine all of those character building traits that you learned along the way. The Marina Del Rey anglers have a variety of programs that they offer, and you might want to check them out if you're in the Los Angeles area to sort of see if one of them resonates with you. The therapeutic benefits of being in the water is also so palliative. It's palpable. It's something there, everyone is welcomed. And if your heart is telling you that you need to make the world a better place, then this could be you. This could be the hobby that you've been looking for. You see, making a difference in the marine environment means that you make a difference in your own heart. And making a difference in your own heart means that you're making a difference in the hearts of the people that relate to you, which means you're making a difference in your little family circle and also your friend circle and your community and all the people around you. So today we're bombarded with digital interferences, interruptions that keep our attention span very, very short and keeps our hunger for something new just constant, so that we're never able to sit still and enjoy something and reap the benefits of that. So we want to learn the lessons from the art of fishing, and the best way to do that is to actually fish. You see, if you want to have a digital disconnect and really learn how to connect with humans and other living creatures, then fishing could be the first step to that. We want to think of it as a sanctuary, a camaraderie, a shared passion. We want to think of it as a way to gather your wits about you and to be with people who support you in learning this art. These fish stories that you might want to share with others. So your 3-inch fish can grow to a 12-inch fish, and who knows how big after that. Studies have shown that connecting with nature reduces stress. It lowers anxiety, lowers your blood pressure, and also improves depression, meaning it gets rid of depression. So improving your cognitive function and being able to get out of that, oh, I just don't know what to do, or I feel stuck here, or how could they have done that to me? I feel betrayed. All of those are like blocks that clog up that passageway for you to create and be productive. And fishing or doing something outside is one of the ways that you can clear away those blockages, put that behind you, and look towards a positive future. Whether it's the calming sounds of water lapping against the shoreline, or the exhilaration of reeling in a big catch, or just your first catch, there's something rejuvenating about being on the water. There's something about immersing yourself in the great outdoors. So if you're a city slicker where the closest thing you've been to nature is having an umbrella to shield you from the water that's coming from the sky, then maybe it's time for you to take another step and bond with nature. So did you know that spending time in nature not only reduces stress and anxiety and all that we just went into, but it can also make you a more productive worker during the work week. When you're at your job, in your personal life, even getting a chore task list or honey-do list done, having things done around the home or improving your immediate area with redecorating, all of that needs to start from a place of being calm and tranquil. And the place that you go to get that way is by bobbing out on the water. Get rid of the hustle and bustle of daily life. Picture yourself on a serene lake, in a tranquil sea, next to a playful pond. Feel the weight of the world just lift from your shoulders, and feel the warm sunshine kissing your cheeks. Have you ever felt, flooded, like you've had so much hitting you all at once, you're just done. You're just done. You've hit your limit and you can no longer function. All of us have felt that way. We want to improve how our mind works. We want to get sharper when we make decisions. We want to make decisions when we're at our best, not when we're at our worst. And so the first step that we need to take in order to get to the place where we're actually making good decisions to have a better future is to stop a minute, make sure all of our basic needs have been met, and take a deep breath and appreciate the outdoors. And one of the best ways to do that is while eating fresh fish, which could be a fish that you just caught. And how did you learn how to catch that fish? Someone taught you at the Marina Del Rey Anglers Club. So are you tempted to just shut down and crawl into a tiny little cave when the storm passes? Well, bonding with nature can give you that sustenance and strength to withstand the storm and to open yourself up so that you can actually be productive again. It can positively impact your brain, your well-being, your emotional balance, your rhythm. And it can instill a sense of peace and balance in your own soul. Physical health, living near green spaces and bodies of water is fabulous for lowering your blood pressure. But not everyone can do that. Some people live in apartments. But what you can do is plan a trip on a weekend to get out there into nature. Let's not forget the importance of sleep. You have to have a good rest in order to function the next day. One of the best ways to do that is the day before, Go out and have a rigorous day of fishing out in the ocean with all that fresh air and exercise, and you'll sleep soundly. Nature improves the quality of your sleep. It leads to a more rejuvenated day the next day. And all of those peaceful sounds of nature can really help you get recentered and disconnect from the digital interferences that we're all dealing with. Finally, nature impacts your lifespan. That's right, you might actually live longer if you take up an activity outdoors. We want more green spaces. We want to be around blue bodies of water. We want to enjoy that higher quality of life and health. And to do that, that means that we all are taking part in an ecological balance. Nature is for helping people bond with each other, not just yourself. Sometimes you do need that solitude to sort of reorganize your thoughts. But it also is a fabulous way to learn how to bond with another person in the environment by appreciating what you see around you. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. So you see, fishing isn't just for people stuck in the city. It's for people who love the outdoors, people who have been doing this since they were a kid. But it is also for people who want something different, who want to break out of the cubicle and the 12 monitors around them. It's to yearn to get outside. It's for the curious, for the novice and the expert. It's for the disadvantaged, the traumatized, the people who want to heal, the people who want to get healthy, and the people who have been healthy for years, but have the capacity to comfort and teach others who may have been wounded in life and are seeking solace. So let's go ahead and chat with some people from Marina Del Rey Anglers Club and see what they have to say about people who may need to have a break from life, how their club can act as another tool to help you bond with nature. Let's cast our lines into that ocean and see what we hook with some good tips and how to feel better tomorrow by fishing today. Let's play that interview. I'm here with Miles and with Ted, and we're going to learn a little bit about how the youth and veterans can be helped while bonding through nature. So can you tell me a little bit, Miles, about how long you've started this and how many people it helps?
Yeah, so this is the 49th year of the Marina Del Rey Halibut Derby, put on by Marina Del Rey Anglers and CCA California. So every summer we take out about 600 kids, youth fishing trips throughout the whole summer, not 600 trips, 600 kids, and about 150 disabled and or blind vets on our veterans fishing programs. So the Halibut Derby funds all of that directly. We don't make any money for it. It's all strictly for fishing. So the more entrants we get, the bigger we get for prizes, the more money that we make, the more people we can take fishing.
Excellent. And I see that there's a halibut over there, and I would love for you to show us. Is this a real halibut?
This is
Come on in.
This is a real halibut. Come on in, Caroline. So we have right here, this is what would be about a 40-ish, 45-pound fish. Okay. So far and few in between now, but in the Santa Monica Bay, you know, there's been some that have been caught before. We have our biggest one that we have on our trophy right here is about a 48-pound halibut, so a little bit bigger than this
on
one.
This trophy, what we have here are the names and the years of the winners. And Ted, can you tell me a little bit about how this trophy is used in order to keep up the spirits and the morale?
The biggest fish, this is bragging rights for the whole club or for whoever wins it. You don't necessarily have to be in the club, but part of the entry gets you into the club. You win this trophy in the year, you get to use bragging rights the whole year. It's pretty awesome.
That is fantastic.
Well, you know, a fisherman always wants to pick the biggest fish. He always wants to win the trophy. This is a very prestigious trophy.
Excellent, excellent. So how long has this been going on?
So it's been going on since 1975. It's the longest running public fishing and charity fishing tournament in the state of California.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible.
So you are helping hundreds of people, both disabled, veterans, blind, handicapped, and also children, teaching them the benefits of fishing. Is that right?
Absolutely. And sometimes they've never even seen the water.
Now,
What's even more incredible.
what sort of character lessons are they learning through this?
It's so cool when you watch the kids catch the fish. And one of the funniest things is you watch them bring it up. And in the use of fishing, we're not always catching halibut. This is what brings us to the tournament, to bring the kids. But when the kids see the fish, sometimes they're excited to pull up. Sometimes it scares them. They throw it all back in. I mean, it's pretty funny. But it also shows them too. You know, at first they're afraid of it. It also shows them they can do something. So they're proving themselves. It's like, you know, don't be afraid of it. It's fun. You know, and also what we're trying to do too is we're trying to promote fishing. You know, you start them as kids, they become adults like us. It's a lifelong habit. It's really great, and it doesn't matter how young or how old you are. You can keep enjoying it on and on. That's also where the vet fishing comes in as well, because we have veterans. A lot of times we're bringing them out on wheelchairs and stuff like that. It's really a good thing, and it's nice just to get out to nature, get away from the computers and everything, get them in the ocean. It's awesome.
So Ted's telling us that it's great to get out in nature. Can you give me an example about how beneficial bonding with nature is for most people?
Of course, it gives you an appreciation of something that a lot of people have forgotten about. Being out in the ocean, seeing what we have in our ecosystem far and close, you know, is just so special to have, to be able to catch tiny little fish or even big fish like this.
Yeah.
You know, it's something that not only creates a memory, but you're able to realize we need to continue to do this forever. Teach your kids how to do this so it goes on for generations. I mean, it's how we've survived as humans for so long. It's a food resource, as well as having different opportunities just to go have fun.
That is fantastic. Well, thank you so much for giving us the time and for telling us thank you. And that is another way that you can bond with nature. So what did you think about that carp? Some people have never seen fish outside of a breaded fish stick that they get in a fast food restaurant. So seeing the whole fish with its fins on, I thought was pretty amazing to get a sense for its size. I think what you might want to do is think about joining a fishing club. It doesn't need to be the Marina Del Rey Anglers, but it could be one that's close to you. Consider it as a tool for you to bond with nature. Think about it as having secondary benefits for better connections with people. The primary benefits is, of course, a tasty fish for your meal. And of course, improving your health. Secondary benefits is connecting with people because of the skills that you learn during fishing, finding new friends, appreciating the environment, learn how to appreciate angling, and all of the different tools that are involved in making it such an enjoyable experience. So both the challenge and the serenity of angling makes it a multifaceted sport, and it can bring you solace and comfort when you need it most. There's a study about nature and human connection. It talks about adult separation anxiety disorder and how it's really important to bond with another animal. And there are some non-conventional companions. One of those companions might be an aquatic animal. It can definitely reduce your stress, anxiety, it increases your chances of physical activity, and of course it improves cognitive function. There's another study you might want to check out called the Human-Animal Bond with Psychological Well-Being. It's a critical review of literature and animal companions and social support, exotic companion animals and their personalities with their owners, and of course the stress buffeting effects of companion animals during the pandemic. All of these are really interesting studies, but they all basically say the same thing. Once you bond with something in nature, and an animal counts, but once you bond with an activity, there's an association or a bond that forms that helps you get really centered and makes you more capable of handling stressful events in life. There's an association of nature exposure and health, a review of the evidence, and that's on the ncbi.nlm.nih.gov website. And there, scientists have done a lot of studies, and they're still experimenting about dealing with what you need to do. And what's great is if you have a boost for all of us. We want to welcome the sport of fishing into all of our lives. We want to benefit health and wellness and deeper connection with community. And with that, we want to remember to cherish the bonds that we all have with each other, as well as the bond we are going to build with nature. So, until we bond again,